I am lost inside a giant heart, filled with liquid love and what she said. I am perched atop a dragonfly, darting past those voices in my head. And nothing is familiar, but everything is perfectly in place. And all the hooks that snagged me once suddenly release without a trace. And maybe in some ancient sky the moon shone clearer than tonight. And maybe we've been here before, entwined like lilies in the moonlight. And don't leave me for nothing, 'cause there is only one thing left to say. This moment is a jewel, and you and I would be fools to look away. Captain steers the midnight ship, passengers drift gently in their dreams. The crew bathe in a single light, play spades and suck on tangerines. I don't know where we're going, but getting there is all we'll ever do. So kiss me now, my darling, never loved someone the way that I love you. Thank you so much. It's so beautiful to be here. This is my daughter, Katie. My name my name is Joe U. Vegas. Thank you. Take it, Marley.
Yes, this is Joe U. Vegas and his daughter, Katie. And this is a mic. Is it on?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And Joe U. Vegas and his wildly expressive daughter, Katie, have been performing since she was 5 years old. They excel in duo-oriented rock, folk, and jazz standards, as well as playing engaging and fun originals. Joe U. Vegas has been performing in Colorado and nationally for over 32 years, with 8 albums to his credit. Solo, duo, trio, and full band, and somewhere over 3,100 shows in his career. He's had a successful run as a singer, songwriter, with a movie credit, publishing credits, and as a 4-time Best of winner in Colorado Springs.
5-time, but who's counting?
5 times. Sorry about that.
The 5th time was with her. It was with her, actually, yes.
Wonderful. The recording of Start With I Love You with daughter Katie is currently featured on the Homefront Cares website. So, I'm Marley, and I am an advocate of everything we do here. That's what I say all the time. I better believe in what we're doing because I'm giving the message out. Let's start with good morning to everyone here in our sanctuary and our Zoom room. Thank you for joining us today at Unity Spiritual Center in the Rockies. What I'd like to say is Unity in the Rockies is an inclusive community. We welcome all people, races, gender identities, and relational orientations. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are definitely welcome here. And let's say together our mission statement. There we go. We are an inclusive spiritual community where we recognize and express our oneness with our Creator and all our creation. So I'm going to get to some announcements, and one thing I'd like to say, I want to bring attention to this beautiful bouquet, and that was given to us with loving generosity by Susan Anderson, who is celebrating her 48th wedding anniversary. Woo! Lovely. Thank you, Susan. That is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Many of you know that Bodhi Mind Center has shared our sanctuary space to hold their meditations and other events for a number of years. Bodhi Mind will be with us through Zoom. Through June. And Zoom, maybe, I don't know. We wish them the best of everything and success in their new venue. They have been wonderful tenants, and we will miss them. And there's a little bit more information in the newsletter, so please acquaint yourself with that. I want to announce that the Board of Trustees monthly meeting is Wednesday, June 21st. All are invited. And if you want to address the board, please contact Luann Turner at luanna.turner@gmail.com, and you are limited to 5 minutes in what you'd like to say if they approve what you want to say. So you better be, ready. Also, I want to mention the support to West Side Cares Food Pantry and Clothes Closet this month. June is one of the 4 months that we're invited to provide food, toiletries, clothing items for West Side Cares. They are in great need for new adult underwear, all genders, all sizes for men, boxers, briefs, and I don't know who said this, but I just love it. They said, let's make each remaining Sunday in June an undies Sunday. So if you have, if you feel like going shopping for underwear, we know they can be used here, and you can either take it to Westside Cares yourself or bring it here, and we have people, Susan Anderson for one, who is heading this all up, gets things there. And I think Linda Day said that she could bring some things today if anybody has anything. I want to remind you of the Heart Vibration and Vocal Workshop, which is happening on the 18th of this month, which is a Friday, no, not the 18th, 30th, thank you, it's $18. I knew there was an 18 there somewhere. But anyway, it starts Friday, actually it's June 30th. Friday, June 30th at 6:30 in the Fellowship Hall. And this is going to be, well, you already own the most magical, beautiful instrument of self-exploration, your voice. Come explore with two masterful vocal guides, Yellow Werder and Lindsay Fracknitz. And we've had her here last week or a couple weeks ago. This is a wonderful way to hear your voice. Okay. Pet blessing. We're going to be having a pet blessing, joining Dr. David and myself, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be honoring our pet's presence in our life, and we will have prayers, parade, and poignant stories. We want to keep all of that short. We also would love it if you would RSVP, because we are going to have to set up outside, and it will give us an idea of how many chairs and all of that kind of thing. So the service will be outside next Sunday, and This is just a preview of what's to come, weather-wise. So please join us. It would be lovely. We are also doing an intuitive painting workshop. Do you want to talk more about that? Okay. And a Harry Potter wand making. Now, I mean, we're magical, we know that, so we might as well all have wands. So you want to talk about that too? Okay. River Hansen and Marcia Orr have graciously volunteered to coordinate a Sacred Women's Circle visit to B'nai Hills Monastery to have a labyrinth experience. And this is going to be Saturday, June 28th from 10 to 11:30 at the B'nai Monastery Labyrinth. And directions and all of that can be found in the newsletter. I'm just giving you snippets because we could be here for days otherwise, but trying to whet your appetite of things that are happening, and hopefully you'll want to know more about it. Okay. I want to close my part in reading something that I saw on a wall for all the dads. Happy Father's Day, everybody. I failed to say that in the beginning. Dads are most ordinary men, turned by love into heroes, adventurers, storytellers, and lifelong friends. So for all the dads and the dad likes of any sort, we celebrate you today. My dad taught me how to play. And that was probably one of the greatest gifts he could ever give me. So some of us have good relationships, some have no relationships, and no matter what, we bless it all. Happy Father's Day, you fathers.
How beautiful to be playing this song on Father's Day. Inside a week of darkness, inside a month of sleepless nights, and in a year when years lost meaning, one morning I opened up my eyes. I woke up in God, right there in my room, filling up the dark, so soft and safe and warm, in the comfort of my blankets, in my wife's peaceful sleep. I woke up in God, with God there in me. I floated to the bathroom, I splashed God on my face, slipped into the shower for a warmer embrace, with God there all around me. Well, what do you think? I opened up my mouth and took a long drink. Here's your part. And I am that I am, and we are all in God. Then I heard God calling from the bedroom, just outside. Mommy, come and hold me. And I'm here, called God my wife. I wrapped a towel around my waist, found my family, folded into each other, a holy trinity. And I am that I am, and I am that I am, and we are all in God. I sat down at breakfast, God with sugar and real cream. Glanced down at the headlines, I see God is healing and God still bleeds. I drove off in my car, I was hoping to ascend, driving from God into God with God at the end. Driving from God into God with God at the end. I am, and I am that I am, and we are all in God. And I am that I am, and we are all in God. Absolutely. Absolutely. It would be helpful if the guitar had or the piano had a transpose key on it, because that's what I worked on it, but it's okay. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Good morning. My name is Carol Crosley, and I am one of your prayer chaplains. And it is my privilege today to be here to read a blessing for fathers. And I will be available to pray with you individually after the service, along with Jean Dutton. And I'm reading from the Daily Word publication for this Sunday, June 18th. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Blessings for fathers. I bless my father and the men who have shown me fatherly kindness. Today I bless and give heartfelt thanks to my father and the men who were fatherly figures to me. Their protecting presence, wise guidance, and caring instruction have helped me make me the person I am today. I bless my father and those who shared a father's love and care with prayers of appreciation for my memories throughout all the seasons of my life. Through good times and bad, I see God expressing through my father and the men who have shown me father's love. I bless them with prayers of gratitude, affirming they know the love and care of God as they have shown it so generously and faithfully to me. And fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Ephesians 6:4. Thank you. And today our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you in front of the platform after today's service. Whether you are in a place of celebration or challenge, please take advantage of this wonderful opportunity. Also, written prayer requests can be placed in the prayer box in the lobby at any time. If you'd like to continue the conversation of today's topic, look for a list of discussion questions on the tables in the fellowship. And thank you, and we will be praying afterwards right in front of the platform.
Well, good morning, beautiful people. So good to be with you. How's everybody doing?
Great.
You just got up this morning and said, I think I'll be glorious? I love that. The best day yet, right? So we're fumbling with a little bit of paper. Very good. Are you guys up for another song?
Yes.
Still getting used to our new order of service.
So, as many of you know, we lost our son Andrew 7 years ago. And it was the most devastating thing you can imagine. It's probably more devastating if you haven't gone through it than you actually can imagine. And about 5 years ago, I started a journaling protocol with God, who of course lives inside of each one of us, right? It's not like we have to go outside of us to look for God. And this song came through in a journaling session about 3 years ago. And there's a sing-along part called "Humbled by the Wonder," and you'll find it as soon as we sing it the first time. Every time you hear me sing it, you'll repeat it back to me. Wandering wide in the forest of life, I am humbled by the wonder of it all. That's it. Of it all. I can see there is much more than me. I am humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. The gentlest breeze makes me weak in the knees. I am humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. And floating there, cotton clouds in the air, I am humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. Mystery, deep as the sea, we're so small. I am humbled by the wonder of it all. Bird on the wing, and now I can't help but sing. I am humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. And spiders weave, and here my heart's on my sleeve. I am humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. Mystery, deep as the sea, and we're so small. I am humbled by the wonder of it all, One at a time, every heart will align. I am humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder. I'm humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder of it. Humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder of it. Humbled by the wonder, humbled by the wonder.
Joe and Katie Vegas, thank you both so much for sharing your gifts with us today. And as I shared in our newsletter, my friends, I reached out to Joe with the suggestion of Don Turner. And before I could finish my sentence, I think, Joe said yes. And Katie, it's all your dad's fault that you had to get up so early, darling. He volunteered you as well. And Joe and Katie are going to be camping out with us today. They are also the musical guests for the final service of the UU Church later this afternoon. So I wish I could claim a grand plan, and it's just God at work, and we're so grateful. Thank you. And I would echo the hearty congratulations to all of the dads, to all of the masculine energy within us all. Just as last month we honored the divine feminine and mothers, this month we honor the divine masculine and fathers. Whatever that looks like, wherever you are in that process, you are blessed, you are a blessing, and you are welcome here. And what a week, my friends. How about them nuggets? Yay! For those who are sitting in stoic non-recognition, it's okay. It's good to have another world championship in our great state. And we're coming up on the solstice. We're coming up on the longest day of the year. We're coming up on the official start of summer. You know, no disrespect, God finally got the memo. And I know we need the water, and I'm growing webbed feet. So blessings. And also tomorrow we recognize Juneteenth, which was officially when the slaves in the state of Texas were, where it was announced to them that they were literally and technically free people, that it was no longer a slave and owner relationship. If they chose to stay employed, it was a employer-employee relationship, and they were free to do as they choose. So for all those who honor and recognize Juneteenth, we stand with you in the brilliance and the beauty of that. Oh my gosh, and next weekend, our pet blessing all the sentient beings. We bless the creepy crawlies, and we bless the winged ones, and we bless the four-leggeds, and we bless those who swim. We know that the one power, the one presence that we call God is in, around, and through it all. So if you share your life with any of those sentient beings or anyone or anything else, please join us next Sunday on our North Lawn. It's going to be a wonderful conversation, and immediately after the service, we'll offer a blessing for all of our beautiful pets and their humans, if you're so inclined. We have a pet parade that is going to be starting at 11 o'clock after the service, and we have Cade, a beautiful four-legged, who's going to be our Grand Marshal, and his human, Marcia. So we are grateful to you both. And so this is a representation of what you can create in the intuitive painting class that's going to be happening on January 2nd. So no past experience, sorry, it's another one of those J words, July 2nd. So just so much going on, so much excitement. And we bless and thank Forrest, who's serving as our official photographer today. So be nice to her, and you might get your picture in the next newsletter. So oh, as if on cue. Okay. So as we step into our service then, my friends, please join me in just a moment of grounding, a moment of silence, allowing ourselves to be fully present right here and right now. So we just allow ourselves to come together in the space of chosen community, in the space of family of choice. How good it is to feel welcome. How good it is to welcome. For all in service on this day, thank you. For those joining us for the first time, we see you, we honor you, we bless you, we love you, we welcome you with open arms and open hearts. Thank you for allowing us to support you on your spiritual journey. So we just take a moment, breathing in the goodness of the day. And I give great thanks. I give thanks for the words. I give thanks for the music. I give thanks for the silence. For God is in, around, and through it all. Life is magnificent. And so it is. So as we do recognize dads on this wonderful Father's Day, I wanted to share with you just one of my favorite things. I think you're aware of my love of words. And every year, the Washington Post creates a new list of winning submissions by people all over the country and the world of neologisms, which is a word that we're redefining in our current terms, right? Some would say dad jokes. I would call these maybe dad terms. A few for your hearing pleasure. Redefinition of the word coffee. The person upon whom one coughs. Flabbergasted. Appalled over how much weight you have gained. Abdicate. To give up all hope of ever having a flat stomach. Esplanade. I get that? I'm sorry, esplanade. To attempt an explanation while drunk. Negligent. Describes a condition in which you absent-mindedly answer the door in your nightgown. Gargoyle. Gross, olive-flavored mouthwash. Flatulence, emergency vehicle that picks you up after you are run over by a steamroller. Balderdash, a rapidly receding hairline. Forgive me, my friends. It truly is different here. Pokemon, a Rastafarian proctologist. And finally, Frisbeetarianism, the belief that when you die, let's see, your soul flies up onto the roof and gets stuck there. So, I share that with you by way of a framework of who we are and what we do. We are grounded in principle. We know the truth as we choose to define it, and we're open up the top, right? For new definition, for new meaning, for new interpretation. Pokemon. I'll never say that word the same again. And so today, on this Father's Day, in this spirit of joy, in this spirit of laughter, we are coming together to talk about pleasure. And I don't know about you, I got a little uncomfortable when I first started thinking about the theme. Is that really something we can talk about in church? Perhaps not the church of my upbringing. And yeah, it absolutely is. And the framework, the construct that we're working with this month is embracing self-care. And last week, you heard from Reverend Patrick. Was anybody here? How did that go? He's a character, my buddy Patrick. He shared with you some of his life experience, I hope, as a travel writer, as an art teacher at the art school in Denver. When I was the publisher and editor of Science of Mind magazine, I hired Patrick to be the editor of Creative Thought magazine, and we had a great time working together. And he just makes me smile. He's just one of those always happy guys. Anyway, I let him tackle grief, and I get to do pleasure. And so, again, we do that within the context of self-care because that is why we do everything we do. That is why Marlene and River lead the meditation before our Sunday service, to get us in a place of groundedness, to get us in a place of releasing the busyness of our human minds, to release the monkey mind, to allow ourselves to be here and now, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like. So when we step into that place of pleasure, we must be pleasant to experience that. So some of you have asked, and Rick and I had the opportunity to spend last week in Hawaii, and it was a great trip, and we had a wonderful time. And on our way back, I don't know why, I kept getting this message of peace, calm, serenity, and protection. So I try to step into whatever is dropping in for me. So I was in this place of peace, calm, serenity, and protection, and we got to the airport, and we were getting through security. We got through TSA, and a couple of bins were left, so I grabbed them and stacked them up, and then we got our stuff and redressed and stepped out of the security area. And this fellow came out, and he had a head of steam, and he was all over me like a cheap suit. And he used words that I don't think I've heard in a really long time. And he was not happy that we didn't take our bins and restack the bins. We had stacked the bins in front of us, but absent-mindedly, I didn't take our bins and stack them. So his point is taken. I needed to be more conscious to make it easier for everybody else having the experience. And this fellow was so not pleased. And so he was showering us with all of these interesting words. And I, for once, I was at a loss for words. And I turned to him and I said, "Have a nice day." And he yelled back at me, "Have a nice day," with another line of expletives. And I was able to maintain my peace, my composure, and the way that he was showing up was not going to determine what the rest of my 12-hour travel day was going to look like, right? Because I could have easily gone sideways. Well, I was bad. Well, I was wrong. Well, I should have paid attention. Well, I should have done this. Or he is this and he is that. And as I so often share with you, I stepped into that place of what else might be true. He's really angry and he's really hurting. And I just happen to be the target. And as Don Miguel Ruiz tells us, it has nothing to do with me. So I'm not going to take that on. And I just get to love him and bless him and send him on his way as we get to go on our way. And my point is, we can't be in a place of pleasure when we're angry, when we're in a place of angst, when we're wound up about anything or anybody. So that's what we're going to look about today. To experience the benefits of pleasure, you must be pleasant. A little something to think about. So one of the points I wanted to share with you is congestion of emotions is detrimental. None of the emotions that we experience as spiritual beings having a human experience is bad. Anything that you have ever felt is not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. Excuse me. It has taught you something that you needed to learn. The challenge with all of our human emotions comes from when we try not to feel them, when we try to stuff them. As Grandma used to say, honey, you stuff your emotions and it comes out like a pressure cooker before the days of Instapot. But, my grandmother and my mom used to cook with pressure cookers, and they would have that little valve on top, and they would tip the valve, and you'd hear this to let off all the pressure. What do you do to release your pressure? Any experience, any emotion is not bad. Trying to hold it in is when it comes out sideways. As the country western song tells us, if you're going through hell, keep on going, right? You don't need to camp there. You get to feel it. You get to be in the human muck. You get to be in the darkness. You get to be in the anger. You get to be in the despair and keep going. That's what we do so well here in this community for ourselves and for each other. When I'm in that place of being off center, of being, angry or whatever that looks like, dissatisfied or disconnected, I know I can reach out to virtually any of you to see the truth of who I am, to see that light, to hold the space for me when I can't hold it for myself. And that is what we do for each other so well and so beautifully. So when we do that, when we are in that space, I call it the muck because it's a lower emotional vibration, right? Anger, fear, any of those, we're vibrating literally, physiologically at a lower level. And when we do that, we're blocking our good in all areas of our life. We're blocking our opportunities to thrive. So the second piece I would share with you then is pleasure is only found in a peaceful mind, right? If you are in that place of anger, it's tough to feel good. It's tough to be positive. It's tough to have a positive outlook. And so, again, I invite you into the question of what else might be true. When I'm feeling that lower energy vibration, what else might be true? Am I tired? I mean, for me, again, the acronym that I like is STOP. Or, thank you, HALT. Somebody's with me. I'm like, where did that go? It's not a stop sign, it's a halt sign. Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? Am I all of those things or some combination of those things? Again, nothing wrong with any of it. Just be aware. If I'm hungry, heaven knows I know how to fix that. If I'm angry, what else might be true? This fellow's having a really bad day at the airport, and I'm sorry, and it's not up to me to fix it, so I don't have to take it on. I get to bless it and send him on his way. Am I lonely? Do I need to reach out to someone? Maybe that's family, maybe that's friends, maybe that is a beautiful four-legged, our little P.S., our little Karen Terrier, Terry the Terrier, remember, just like Toto in The Wizard of Oz. He'll be making his command appearance next week at the pet blessing. So, and we're used to it. You can be nicer to him than you are to us. But anyway, am I lonely? Do I need to cuddle with my puppy? Or am I tired? And I make a distinction, friends, in tired between being physically tired and being soul tired. So, again, I would reflect on the past 2 or 3 or 4 years in this beloved community. So many of you have done so much with so little for so long to keep this community not only going, but thriving. And so now it does my heart happy when I hear, I'd love to help, but we're going to be on vacation. I'm like, yay! Go you! Because we can't give from an empty cup. So what is your self-care? Do you need time away? Do you need time with people? What does that look like? How do you unpack that? What else might be true for you? And the third piece I would invite you into, once again, working on my own reframe here, is pleasure is self-care. So when you're looking at meditation, when you're looking at prayer, when you're looking at time outside in the garden, when you're looking at your nature walk, when you're composing a beautiful song, that's all brilliant and perfect. and pleasure is also self-care. You've heard me say this before. If I believe that the one power, the one presence that I choose to call God, that created me, continues to dwell in me and express as me, when I put myself first, I'm putting God first. So as a person on a spiritual path, as a metaphysician who believes in beyond the physical, you get to put yourself first. You get to seek pleasure. And you heard it here first. It's not a sin. It's not bad. And if you're going to hell, there'll be a lot of people we know there. So think about that. What brings you pleasure? And how can you engage in that on this day and in the week ahead? When you seek pleasure, when you put yourself first, you're putting God first. Everybody okay with that? Need a little bit of a time to adjust? Y'all are quicker studies than I am. So that's the deal. So when we're talking about the power of positive thinking, when we're talking about change your thinking, change your life, that's exactly where the rubber meets the road. That's where we can put it into action, put it into application, whatever your framework. I get to start with me. Okay, so this character said that pleasure is okay. What brings me pleasure? For me, here we are on Waikiki Beach, and surrounded by the best buffets in the world and $300 this, and I'm like, oh, Mom, that gets your attention. And what did I like? I got some fried chicken at the ABC Deli. And I'm not apologizing. I like fried chicken. And yeah, the $300 buffet is kind of awesome when I'm in the mood and I have the resources. And that brought me pleasure. And walking on the beach and going to the Polynesian Cultural Center to explore all of the different many of the different island countries of the Pacific, and the different dances and the different rituals, and experiencing a Tahitian wedding ceremony, and visiting with a young woman from not Polynesia, but Micronesia, and how English is her third language, and she's doing this amazing tour. And so for those who don't know, the Polynesian Cultural Center is associated with the Church of Latter-day Saints, LDS, the Mormon Church, and Brigham Young University is right next door. So almost all of these young people are students, and this is part of their mission work. And they're glorious at it. And so that brought me pleasure, learning about new traditions, learning about new people, hearing from young people, eating food that I might not always eat, even if it was drugstore fried chicken. What brings you pleasure? And I invite you to embrace that non-apologetically, right? Because, sorry, it's not a sin. It's part of self-care. It's part of who we are. So to feel that pleasure then, to allow us to be in alignment with that, we need to release those other emotions that we talked about earlier. We need to release anger. We need to release disappointment. We need to release not being enough. For some on Father's Day, maybe there's a thought about, I could never live up to my dad's expectations. Well, there's no need for you to do that. You get to live up to your own expectations. We love and bless all our dads, however they showed up or didn't. And you get to release that feeling of not being enough. Again, if the same spirit that created you continues to dwell in you, why would God make anything less than perfect in her own image? So you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You are bold. You are powerful. You are extraordinary. You are nuanced. And you are that perfect child in whom God is well pleased. Hear that. And let's go into prayer. If my chaplain prayer partners would please stand and hold consciousness, please. So this day, it gives me great pleasure to be in this ohana, to be in this family, to be in this glorious construction of beings, all of whom choose to be here. I love the energy, I love the power, I love the presence, I love the hearts of service. And as we continue to look at what it means to live out loud this entire year, we get to be in that place of ease. We get to be in that place of comfort with talking about pleasure. What I like, God bless you. What I need, what I seek, what is mine to do, and what is mine to release. And so I bless this beloved community once again. I bless the divine masculine in each being. I bless the divine feminine in each being, knowing that it truly is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Harmony and understanding. I call it good, I call it blessed, I call it into human experience for every being within the sound of my voice and beyond. All is well. We anchor it together on this blessed day by saying, and so it is, and so I am, and so we are. Beautiful. Thank you. And so, my friends, now it's the time for us to give where we are spiritually fed. We are so grateful for your gifts and your tithes and your offerings, for all that is happening in our beloved community. We bless our UU friends as they enter into the last service with their beloved community. We bless our Bodhi friends as they choose to move on to another space that better serves their needs. And we bless this vibrant, exciting, glorious, multidimensional, and diverse community that we call Unity Spiritual Center in the Rockies, the light on the mesa. There are many ways to give, whether through our website or in person or by mail. Just know that we humbly and graciously accept your gifts, your tithes, your offerings, and it is our intention to be extraordinary fiduciary agents of your hard-earned money. We are blessed and we are grateful.
Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Receive who you are. Do not be frightened. Come say amen to all that is life, and open your heart. Come and be lightened, singing I am the body of Christ. And I am the body of Christ, singing I am, dancing I am, and I am the light of the world. see the broken, and I see the weary. I breathe in compassion, and I breathe out hope. 'Cause here in my heart, here in my center, it's here that you enter all that I am. And I am the body of Christ, singing I am, dancing I am, and I am the light of the world, 'cause I see who lives in me. Yeah, Lord, I receive.
Wonderful, thank you. And I neglected to mention that, Joe, how many years did you serve as the music director for UU?
8 years. 8 years, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
So how good it is to be in that place of prosperity, to be in that place of abundance, to be in that place of sharing our good and creating room for more good. We are so blessed. God is magnificent, and so it is. And there we are. Very good. Goodness sakes. I wrote it. And so now, my friends, we continue to bless the children of our community. We continue to bless the children of the planet. Please rub your hands together and let's get that energy flowing for all the beloved young ones on the planet. You are loved, special, and important. We see you and bless the divine beings you are. And our new song, You are the face of God.
I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are family. You are the face of God.
And as I shared, Reverend Terry Schwartz was kind enough to invite me to participate in High Plains final service later today. And as part of my remarks, blessing them on their journey, I will be sharing that with our UU friends. So today we expand that definition not only beyond the children, but to our friends who are stepping into their greater yet to be on their next adventure. Please know that with me. And finally, as we go forth on this beautiful day, our prayer for protection. I bless you, I love you, I see you, I honor you. I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you. You make life magnificent. Thank you and bless you. And now our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go in power, go in peace. Please stay in your rows if you would. Join hands if you choose for the peace song, and away we go.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it be gifts with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow to take each moment and live